welcome. Today we'll put the finishing touches on this painting, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is put in some of the background trees. I'll give you a close-up on the background trees. Next we're going to put some of the small bushes and trees in. I'll give you another close-up on the background trees. Now I'm going to take a couple shades of brown and put some of the foreground in. Now I'm putting in the grassy areas around the fallen leaves. Then after that's done, I'll put the trees in on that side. Now that I got the ground cover in, we're going to put the foreground trees in. Okay, now that I'm waiting for the trees to dry, we're going to work on the stone for the falls. I'm going to put some highlights on it, add some more stone over on the right hand side to give it some balance. On my palette I have different shades of brown and black and some white. We're going to go up and start putting some of the highlights on the rocks. Now that the rocks are rubbed in, we'll let them dry for a few hours. Now we're going to put some of the highlights on the trees. Now we're going to start to put the foliage on the trees in the foreground. Now that the foreground trees are finished, I didn't want to put too many leaves on because that would take away from the depth of the painting. I'm going to give you a close-up to right here in the center of the painting. As you can see, you've got the foreground trees, and then you look further into the woods, and then you got some small shrubbery, and it looks like you're just going right through the woods. It's exactly what I wanted for this painting. While we're waiting for the rocks to dry, we'll put in some of the foliage on the left-hand side. Well, the left side is pretty much finished. Now we're going to start on putting some of the small trees and bushes on the right hand side. Now that I got the right side roughed in, I'm going to start to put the moss on the rocks. I'm going to put the moss in the shaded area. I'm just going to start over on the green and just kind of work it over a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of highlight on it. Now that I have the moss roughed in, we're going to start with the water. First thing I'm going to do is take some blue and put a little background color in for the water. Now that I have the background color for the waterfall, we'll start to put the white in. Well, I have the waterfalls roughed in. Now I'm taking a little white and a little brown, putting some more highlights on the rocks. When I put the waterfall in, the water was a little bright for the rock. So what I did is I lightened up the rock with the highlights, and that'll give the painting more of a balance. I'll give you a close-up of that when I've finished. I took different shades of blue and green to give the waterfall a little color and texture. Well, this painting is finished. Thanks for watching. Take care.